So I am absolutely thrilled to welcome my lovely friend here today, Alex Terrey. Alex is an amazing manifester. She has just released a book called, as you can see beside me, Limitless Soul. And also, Alex, I'd love you to share with the audience, because we've chatted before, but they may not remember the previous video we did a little while ago, a little bit about yourself and what you're doing. You're a major sort of life coach, really, and manifester, and you help people to realize their greatest potential. So share with us what you've been doing, and it's so wonderful to see you again and have you here. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Mehdi. It's really nice to be here again with you and your energy. And thank you so much for the question. Look, I think from perspective of quick background, probably 20 years in business. I had business in Europe, then in Thailand, then Caribbean, and then I moved to Australia. So I had one business in Perth, and now a year ago we actually moved to Queensland. So that's kind of another, new journey ahead. And I was lucky enough that I was kind of preparing the business to move to different state. So I'm still continuing the mentoring effect as I have a major business. And we are developing a few different strategies and communities and few different, it's not even programs. We are, because I think when you ask yourself or when you ask someone, what do you want to know? People are like, oh, I can just chat GPT it, right? Or I can just ask Google, like it's all there. Like I don't think we are hungry for knowledge. I think what really matters right now is when you ask people, how do you want to feel?
Mm.
And I think, how do you want to feel? You know the answer. You want to feel like you belong. You want to feel that you're valued. You want to feel loved. You want to feel, connected. I think that's the major thing that I feel like we were missing. So that's kind of our major focus to creating more community about collaboration, co-creation, and help people to find their true purpose, what is in heart instead of head.
Mm.
Because we so many times want something to achieve, but we start to calculate, but I have only this money and I have only this time, I have only these people around me, but I'm in work, full-time job. And we start to think about and we straight away create limitations.
Yes.
And we don't recognize that, it's limitation that is coming from our past experience or from experience or from learning, actually, and from what we see around. So all what we create again is just what already was created. So our, brain is predictive. So our future and results are predicted. And we don't want to create predictive future, right? We want to create something more. We want to create something what is us, what is inside of our heart and our calling. And so many people are like, I know I'm here for something more. I'm just not sure how or what it is. Or so I think that is that calling, right? There is something pushing us, pressuring us that I know I'm just not normal. I'm just, I'm this different person. I can feel it inside. I don't fit in. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I'm in my circle. So that's where we coming and really unlocking all those limitations and help people to understand from neuroscience, biology perspective, how our brain works, how our body works. So it's not just, manifesting and sitting there and thinking about your beautiful house that you want to have. It's not about that. It's about understanding how your nervous system, how your inner calling, how your soul tension can be revealed and can guide you towards anything you want in your life.
And I know that you don't just talk the talk, but you walk the walk, because one of the times that we've met a little while ago was when you were wanting to manifest a retreat.
Oh, yes.
And you hadn't, really taken the sort of steps to do it, because just in the early phase of your vision of what you wanted to create. But I remember that you put it all into place and you had a really successful retreat. Perhaps share with us what you did, because it shows people at an actual practical physical level what you did to manifest that wonderful experience for all the people that came to that retreat, and for yourself as well.
Yeah, I love that you're asking, and I actually never really explained it probably to anyone, but I was actually thinking about the last few weeks. I was like, what was the space or state I was creating that time? So we all have the natural state when we know. It's like an inner knowing. So when I was thinking about retreat, I just knew I knew that this is the next step. I had such a big calling. I felt that inside me.
I
And
remember
then,
that with you too. You're very sort of
yeah,
strong. I'm going to do this, and nothing had happened yet. So
yeah.
it was just in the very formative stages. It was
And
amazing.
it was scary. Yeah, it was because what I realized that if I go to my old mind and all limitations, I will be talking about I don't have money to book this beautiful luxurious retreat for a lot of people because that was a lot of money.
Mm.
And I don't have, money to do that and book catering. And I had to flew my assistant because I knew who needs to be in, right? So my assistant is actually still living in Perth, and I said she needs to be there because she's the best person from energy perspective. Like I know she needs to be there. So everything what was created that time in my mind and in my soul was actually coming from that soul tension, right? Like from soul calling. I knew that needs to happen. That's my next step. And I want to be in that beautiful space with people. And it was interesting because I didn't know people here because we just moved basically. I didn't have any idea how can I sell to people that never met me, and I'm already selling them something that cost $8,000 for 2 days. And I was like, well, who is going to listen to me? So I had all these doubts coming in. So when we remove actually doubts and we are listening to our heart and we say, you know what, I don't know how, but I'm going to make it happen. And it was scary, step by step, and I risk a lot of money, and I risk, that maybe I will just lose them at the end of the year, and if the retreat is not going to happen, I'm basically lighter, 30K down, and, it's something that I was able to use for innovation. But, I was like, no, I'm risking this, I'm putting that in because I believe it. I really, truly believe it. So
Yeah.
everything what we manifest, it comes from believing into that so much. So trusting yourself and listening where the calling is coming from. So when your calling is coming from wanting, like I want this, I desire, that's ego tension. That's always that, that heavy energy that we bring in because I want that because there will be proof or there will be my identity. I need to show everyone, wherever that it's coming from, because it's different identity space or state. But when we ask ourselves different questions, not what we want, but what do I want to create, or what will be beautiful to create in this world, or
Yes.
what will be
How can I contribute to the world and make
yeah,
a place? That sort of thing. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So what will be the best experience for people and for me, to be in a space or somewhere, like what actually that feels like. So when you even start with feelings, right, like what that feels like, and my feels like was I just want to sit in a place. I want to transform just through energy, through frequency, and just bring love and connection and vulnerability in the place where actually there was 8 men on the retreat, which was really interesting because I never targeted male. And there was older 50 plus, basically everyone in the group. And it was such a beautiful space energetically they created and how they hold space for each other that we were all crying. All 2.5 days, we were just crying and transforming.
What
And
it
it was
is
each
for the
other.
men, because men aren't allowed, traditionally in our culture to do that, are they? To be able to get together and have that real intimate connection where you can be vulnerable.
Yeah,
You can really talk about the things that are matter, that are substantial. There's
absolutely.
not many spaces for men to be able to do that. So that's brilliant that you are able to do that for
Yeah.
men, Alex.
So I believe manifesting is all about you need to understand where your calling is coming from. What is that you truly want to manifest, not from wanting, but creating and creating the understanding of the energy. So is that awareness where actually this dream is coming from, and look for the dreams. They are out of the possibilities, out of normal, because we all have them, but we put them down, we put them aside because of the society and pragmatic mind, right? So I always said, just dream, just go back to your childhood. What do you dream about? And look what was your like biggest small, dreams and visions that you had, and connect them together and go back and think, you know what, actually I can probably create it. And it's something that we knew when we were young, and we forget that on the way. So I
Sure.
think that's the first thing. And also taking steps. Of course, like all what we do is, a lot of studies and understanding how brain, how frequency, how energy works, and how emotion works. So, and emotions have energy and frequency. We can actually measure it. So understanding whenever I'm in fear, doubt, shame, greediness, I'm greedy or jealous or I just want. So these all negative energies, when I bring that, usually the goal, you can't really manifest that. Like you can't really manifest from that space. So the moment you're moving to frequency like courage, love, compassion, giving, generosity, love, and gratitude is the top high. So when you are moving emotionally, not just intellectually and writing down the gratitude journal, but emotionally, when you lift and shift that frequency, what happens? You actually start to manifest and the things start to happen to you. And you're looking and you're walking through your life and you're like, wow, that can be accident.
And I think you're really putting a lot of emphasis on this, on the emotional, the feeling level. So that's what people need to get, don't they? That rather than just being in the mind, but it's all about the feeling and the emotion. And I have to say too, you're a wonderful meditator. So I know you sit on the beach and meditate regularly and things like that. That's a daily practice for you, isn't it? To start the day with a meditation.
Yeah, it's definitely daily practice. And I'm trying to go away from, people say that I need to have discipline, I have to do it. And of course, you're learning through discipline, I believe. But there is the moment when you know that you need to go and reset. So now it's almost like the tool. Whenever I feel my energy is going to stress, for example, or worries, I say, oh, moment, I need 5 seconds and I go sit down and I'm just doing breathing and just refocusing on gratitude and love. Because what happened, the moments of fear or doubt or worries, they actually put aside or they take away your dreams. It's almost like things don't happen to you when you are in that state. So so it's more like, it's daily practice, but also it is the reset that I use now as a tool to help me anytime during the day.
Sure. I can give an example of that yesterday. I started the day and I said, today is going to be abundant. It's going to be miraculous. It's going to be an amazing day.
Perfect.
Da, da, da. And in the course of the day, in my caretaking duties at the caravan park where I work, I came across someone who I would just be so honored to spend time with that I never thought I'd meet. And it was actually, I think I can say it, I don't think it's a problem to say, but it was John Shipton, who's Julian Assange's father. And I chatted to him and we invited him over for dinner. He came for dinner. We had the most amazing conversation. And it was such an honor and a gift to meet a man who is an amazing activist in himself, also had a key part to play in the release of Julian Assange, and is the father of someone who has exposed, maybe the number one person in the world who has exposed corruption on the planet to help humanity. And for me, as a freedom activist, that is just like, it blew me away. I was speechless. I thought, wow. So that's an example right there of manifestation through those practices that you're just talking about.
Absolutely. And you also do a lot of meditation and practices and affirmation. So I believe affirmation, when you look at the brain from neuroscience perspective, what you tell your brain, that's what happened, that's what you will do, and that's what you will have and create. So anytime when people say, I'm getting older, I'm forgetting, I said, don't say that you're forgetting because you will start to forget. So don't tell your brain something because of, the one incident, one accident, one thing that happened. Don't say it because it actually creates the knowing and it creates, wiring that way. So you will actually start to forget. So don't tell your brain anything what you don't want to happen. Just tell your brain positive things, right? But just say, like you said, have an amazing day. What a great start of the day. It's, just asking questions, what we can create, what magic will happen today, let's have a fabulous day.
Yeah, that was it. And then, wow, miracle right there.
It is attraction, right? It's beautiful attraction. I truly believe it. And we know that we know when we are in a good energy, we meet these beautiful people, they're aligned, and we're like, oh my God, what is happening in my life? I'm meeting all these beautiful people.
Yes.
And it's all that you just change the energy, you just change your beliefs. That the day, even if it's raining, can be beautiful. I can't say it's raining because in Brisbane it's always sunny.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Alex, I would love you to share with my beautiful Arise Humanity audience here about this book that you have just created called Limitless Soul, on either side here with your beautiful photo on there. And I'd love you to share about the sort of the content of the book and what the goal of the book is as well.
Thank you so much for asking. By the way, the cover was like, that was our thing. You should be the one that painted the cover for the book and publisher made decisions. So I'm so sorry because I really plan to do another book and I think we will need to collaborate again. So that would be such a beautiful,
Oh, thank
it'll
you.
be beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it was a joy to paint. I did paint that cover, and but it is a
Great.
cover. You've got a beautiful cover there as well, and you're so photogenic. So share with us, yeah, we'd love to hear about what the goal of the book is and what people can get out of this book when they purchase it. And of course, all the details about the book will be below in the description too.
Nice. Thank you very much. And look, the book is, I said, always is a little bit like a workbook. There are a few exercises and practical things that you can actually go and answer questions, create a little bit of reflection. So the goal of the book is show people that, changing our mind and emotions and energy is really combined with behaviors, because when we change our beliefs, then we change how we feel. And when we change how we feel, we actually change how we act and how we make decisions. So seeing that as a CB method that I developed and the neuroidentity shift method, that actually those 3 levels of change truly change your life, but all starts with, beliefs, and all connected beliefs are into our emotions. So that connection is so close, right? When we think, we feel. It's instant. So that is the focus of the book, to try to show people through some of the stories of my clients, some of the stories in my life, show them how that works in normal world, in day to day, and also understanding how we can become more aware and conscious, because being aware or conscious is the first step to any change, right? So just knowing about, there is something I can change. It's already your path of change. When you know there is something to change, you are aware. So I always said, yes. So that awareness, that awakening into you, is the first step. And also, the book is describing a lot of time how we impact other people. So being conscious, our conscious leader, because we are all leaders, we are parents, we have families, we have communities, we are working with people. So we are always leaders because we are influencing each other all the time, non-stop. So understanding that your emotions and energy and your beliefs actually influence everyone around you. And you can change that. You can actually look at your environment, and through looking at your environment and results, it gives you reflection about yourself. So I think that's such a big, massive mirror for us. And I know it's scary. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to see it because it's not my fault, to having these or creating these or having, these kind of results. But it is truly us. Like, we are most powerful and we can create.
Well, another example of your power, of you actually putting what you're saying into action, is that you have an upcoming, is it a conference presentation with including Jim Quick in the presenters, and he's a world-renowned. He's a speed reader, isn't he?
Productive coach, brain coach.
A brain coach, and he had an injury when he was younger, and the teachers told him that he was silly and that he'd have no capacity to learn. And he became this incredible coach for how to speed read and to comprehend information really quickly. And he has now a huge platform around the world, and you're on stage with him and some other amazing people as well. So you manifested that with all the things that you're talking about. So tell us a little bit about that.
Another accident, right? so basically, it is actually truly, when I changed my state, the things started to happen for me all the time. And I always dream about to meet different people and share the stage, just because I know when you are on stage with other strong people, or we can call them famous, but they are famous in only small circle. Still, it depends what famous really means. But when people listen to them, they will listen to you at least for a few minutes. And if you have the message to share, you try to always dream about, or you dreaming about it, like how I can share this with more people, because it really helped me and it helped my clients, in one-to-one or small groups. And I said, I want people to know about that, because we are creators, we are manifestors. We are doing that. When you manifesting, bad results, you're still manifesting.
Yes.
You're still doing
Might as
it.
well manifest good things as opposed to negative.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we are manifestors. So we actually still doing that, even if it's wrong side or wrong way. But learning how to do it positive way for you. So things are actually happening for you. That was basically what happened with LA Tribune. So I had in my vision, that actually came to me just as a vision, that I will be on stage with Tony Robbins and I will meet all these people, because I want to learn from them so much. And I was hungry for that, but I kind of left it there and forgot about it. And I was starting to meeting these people, and I was like, what is happening? And I come to the session with someone who invited me first time, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm coming. And the first question was, who you want to meet? And I was like, wow, okay. So I said, oh, I want Richard Branson, because we talked about that yesterday. And I connected with a lady in Utah, and they were running a small event for Richard Branson, with Richard Branson. So I was able to connect with them, and I was able to, get introductions and get into that circle. So it's such a beautiful way of just having a thought and starting to just see, how that will unfold when you believe. And that was same with LA Tribune. I got to my friend, and she was like, oh, do you want to join LA Tribune podcasters? I said, oh, we'll just jump on call and see what it is. And I had a meeting with the CEO and the president of LA Tribune podcaster group. And I was like, okay, so you know what? So I invested a little bit of money into, being in a group. And I couldn't believe it. I met Mary she was 19 years VP of Tony Robbins. She was the lady that basically took and brought Tony to 91 countries in the world, right? So it's like those people were coming to my world. And honestly, even like when I saw that we are going to run Leadership Week, and they put me on a picture, and I was on the picture with Jim Quick and Joseph McClendon, and I think it's Cialdini as well on the picture. And I was like, what is happening right now? Like, I still can't digest that and normalize. Like, it's because it's normal. It's like nothing really big is happening, but I couldn't believe how that was not even achievable or even dreaming about it. It was so far.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of unfolding in front of me right now. And the moment I was on the stage, I met like so many people when you go and building up the event, and when it's preparing the event, you meet so many beautiful souls, and you realize that you are in this beautiful circle of women, for example, from LA Tribune Leadership, LA Tribune Women's Journal. Oh my gosh, like I met the CEO and the major producer for events, and that love and connection, and they give so much, and they are so lovely, all these women and all their stories that I was reading and listening, that I honestly felt like I just want to cry for 7 days. How many amazing women, with the power inside we have in the world, and how much we all overcame. Everyone who is listening now, I'm sure, just look at your life. I'm sure you overcame so many things, so many traumas, setbacks, challenges. You all have power to move forward. You all have power to, move ahead. And it was so beautiful. So yeah, that kind of happened. And they just told me that I'm in Leadership Week, and I already had basically 2 days. So we had for Australian audience, it was Wednesday, I believe, morning, and this morning, today was 6:20 or 6:15, and basically straight after us was, I think, Dean Graziosi and so many other people. There was like 200 speakers, I think.
Wow, that's amazing. Well done, Alex. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
And that meets the title of your book, Limitless Soul. So getting back onto the book, what are the key elements that you think people will gain when they read this book? If you could just pick out a few things that they're going to really, really benefit from reading it.
Yeah, I think there are two major things. Looking at unlocking limiting beliefs. So working through actually some questions and understanding how you can look at what is actually limiting me, what is my mindset, what is my belief about myself, about the world, about achievements, about opportunities, options in the world. So you kind of go through that, and you have ability to really create self-reflection from the exercises inside.
Like a journal, maybe, or
Yeah, it's like a self-reflection questions, basically. It's prompting you through the questions.
yeah.
So you will start to understand where those limiting beliefs appeared, for example. Because when you said, I would love to do this, but, or because, right? We always said but. So your but and everything what is after but, it's your limiting belief, right?
Yeah.
I would love to do this, but I don't have time.
Yes.
I would love to go to gym, but I don't have time. I would like to go to gym or change my body, for example, and be more fit, but I don't have time because I have kids. So there's always but and because, right?
Yes.
I want you to know for everyone that but and because is showing you always in brain, like what is the limit? What is truly what is happening there? So I always say that, what you said first, that you would love to do, or would love to try, or would love to build up, or would love to achieve. That is the thing, that anything that is after limiting you, just scrape it down and go for it. So it's almost like you change and you put it into action and just do small step. So that's kind of like the limiting beliefs, unlocking limits. It's most important part. And the other part is values. So our values are our emotional compass. A lot of people think the values are just only things that we write on the paper. We put, these are my 3 values or 5 values, and companies have that always on their, or, in the pictures on the wall. But it's not about that. It's actually much deeper. It's going back to, don't talk about these beautiful values, connection, integrity. No. It's going back to yourself and think, when I would have the best life, for me, the best lifestyle, the best life feeling, experience of life, what that would be. So when you're coming back to yourself, you start to understand what truly matters to you. And when you start to live life based on what truly matters to you, you start to create purpose and fulfillment. So all the major results from the book is actually start to look for the journey of fulfillment, not waiting for more money, more things. When kids will grow up, don't wait for that, but start changing inside.
So part of that is authentically expressing who you are and authentically connecting to who you are. Yeah, that
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what came up for me when you said that.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic point. And I think you share a little bit of your story as well, don't you, in the book of your journey?
Yeah, definitely. There are some bits and pieces. A very, very vulnerable, very strange feeling to share something about self, but yeah, I did it.
It's hard to be vulnerable, isn't it? In these sort of public forums, because
Yeah.
skill, to be able to share in that way.
Yeah. It is, because you will be judged, and that's okay. It took me time to understand that, whenever I judge or people judge, it's actually a missing point, right? There's something that needs to be solved. So
Projection.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, Alex, what is a key exciting vision you have for something going forward as well that you haven't manifested yet?
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm actually really, really happy you asked, because I'm in creation, like real true creation. We scrape away the fears and doubts. And I went back to childhood at my young age, and I was thinking, what do I love? What do I miss? And I realized that I miss those beautiful conversations about possibilities and options in the world and universe and what we can change, and those dreams we had. So I'm basically recreating that place, and it calls Limitless Lounge. So it's kind of like a community, but it's going to be based on first trying to find what that is for you, who you are, what is that authentic calling, what is your genius zone, what is that power you have inside. So when you actually unlock that and you find out what it is, you will create magic in the world. So that's the kind of major thing to go through: values, vision, mission, just understanding who we are. And then we work together. Of course, the community works together in pairs, in small groups, and creating connections, collaborations in business, in some charitable projects we found. There are amazing people doing amazing things in the world, and I want to bring more of that into our community, so people can, create funding, they can collaborate, they can go to see them, they can help. So we are bringing all this together to start to create more connective space where people feel valued, heard, understood.
I love
And together, that's kind of the biggest vision. We will create the physical place where all the humans from all around the world, they want to be conscious and they want to connect with higher consciousness. They want to meditate, breathe together, and lift the energy and frequency. That will be the place for people to come. So
that is
that's
brilliant, because really that's exactly what the planet needs right now, is more unification, the coming together in unity with one another,
mm,
and realizing that no matter where we are in the world, we're all interconnected, we're all one family, we're all one. And then beyond that, of course, is the interconnection that we're going to be doing more and more with our galactic family. So when we get it right here first, and there's a level of peace, I think that's when they're going to present themselves even more, and then we're going to be able to recreate that level of unification with them as well. And
yeah.
so such an important quality for us to be focusing on as a collective, I think. It's been such a joy to chat with you. Alex, is there anything particularly that you'd like to share with my audience as a final thing before we go that you think would be helpful for people to hear?
Yeah, I think the final thought will be that I shared it on Leadership Week today, this morning, and 2 days ago, because I think it is the most important part to understand that before your words, your energy walks in. So your energy is first. So your emotional energy, always check in, how are you feeling, from what place you're coming to the place and to the people, because that energy is coming first. No matter what you say, your words actually don't matter that much. It is you, it's your frequency. So starting to understand that in leadership, in business, with clients, with potential clients, everywhere, with your kids, starting to understand that you need to really set yourself up for having great, beautiful frequency, because it's our electromagnetic field, it's our interconnection that actually works, and that's science-based, that we are influencing each other with cells, with our body, we influencing each other. So people feel you.
Yes,
So
100%. That is brilliant. I love that. That is so true. You can pretend as much as you want, like
yeah.
you've got something coming up and you're feeling terrible, but you do it anyway. It's not gonna flow, is it? No, no. Well, such a joy to chat with you, Alex. Again, I'd love to chat with you a little further on, and I wish you all the best with this amazing book that you're releasing now. All the details are below if people want to get a copy of your book. And hopefully we'll chat again really soon. And congratulations on everything that you're manifesting and your contribution to the planet. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Same to you, Medine. Thank you for your work you do. Thank you for bringing, your beautiful guests and manifesting beautiful people that you meet, and then you bring them here into community. So love that.
Oh,
And yeah, good luck on your journey. Thank you.
thank you so much. Lots of love. Bye.